I'm out here getting ready to do a reverse sear versus front sear on two huge 2-pound ribeye bone-in steaks. The plan was a front sear versus reverse sear test, see which one I think is better. But I was watching a video by T-Roy Cooks last night where he did a Santa Maria style cook on his kettle, and I was inspired by that. I think we can do it on the Slow N Sear Kamado, so I'm gonna give that a shot today, and I hope you enjoy this and y'all check it out. Hickory wood in there. Wood fired cook today. Well, charcoal and wood fired, so we're gonna use lots of wood. Set the grill up. We're gonna need an even bed of coals, and that's good. We're actually gonna cook on this lower grate, so I'm gonna sit that in. Eventually, we're gonna be using this guy right here as our upper grate. Y'all, I just think this is really cool. We've got 3 zones here. We've got one down below that's right next to the fire. We've got this second zone that's good 7 or 8 inches away, and then another one that's a good 4 or so above that. Super searing heat down below, moderate heat in the middle, and then we're gonna be a little more slow cooking on the top there. So we'll leave those in for now and let them get warmed up. Here's the meat for today's cook. This started off as a prime rib, bone in, $9.99 a pound, Angus. Cut it in half, and I've got these big steaks. They've been salted, about a half teaspoon of kosher salt per pound, like I usually do. Then I vacuum packed them to wet age them in the fridge and let the salt brine into the meat. It's been a couple of days. Salt's deep in there. That denatures the proteins a little bit, which basically means it unwinds and loosens them, gives you a softer chew. We're gonna put them back in the fridge. You can see they've got water on the surface. We wanna let that surface water dry off. What that's gonna do for us is improve the result we get from searing. They're gonna sit there for a while, dry out, and we'll be back. We're gonna be using our not just for beef rub, and it may not just be for beef, but it is certainly good on beef. This prep is gonna look really familiar. We just take the steak, dry off the surface. These have been drying in the fridge overnight, so they're already pretty dry, but we'll get a little moisture off. We're gonna be using a hot grate for searing today, so I've got a higher temp oil to use for the rub adhesion. One thing to remember is this is a salt-free rub. We've already applied the salt, so you don't need a super thick coating usually. These are really thick steaks though, so I'm gonna pack it on a little bit more than I usually would. All right, that side's ready to go. Prep the other 3 sides, and then we'll go cook. All right, right before we sear, woo! Put a little heat in there. Yeah, there we go. Woo! Don't try this at home, kids. All right, we're gonna put this bottom steak, front sear steak, right on the coals. There we go. And then this top steak, the reverse sear steak, is gonna go here. So we're doing a front sear down below, and we're doing a Santa Maria style reverse sear up top. And we're just gonna let these go like this. It's nice and warm up here, so that steak is getting cooked. And it's nice and hot down there, so that one's getting seared. Tell you what, the smell coming off that bottom steak is phenomenal. Look at that. Holy moly, that is beautiful. Yeah, you can't match the color you get on a front sear. So we're gonna let that go. And this one up there, there's nothing to do, it's just warm it up. Just took our front seared steak off the heat, and as you can see, it is gorgeous. The one that's warming up, it's got a long way to go, and we'll just let it keep doing its thing. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna temp these 2 right now. That one's at 53, 52, 52. That one is at 47. Holy moly, that's hot. Wow, all right, so we got 5 extra degrees on this one from front searing first. That's kind of cool to know. All right, I'm gonna flip these around just to even out the cooking. And you can see where we're getting heat up here, but it's nothing like what you got during the sear down there. So everything's looking good. We'll just keep letting these go a little bit longer. Steaks just temped around 90 degrees, so I'm gonna give them another flip. And wow, we're getting some nice heat up here. Look at that, some bubbling going. that's the front sear. This is the reverse seared. They're just looking good, so we'll keep on cooking. And I think I'll give them a flip again. It's been another 10 minutes or so. I think this one's cooking faster than this one because they're about 10 degrees apart now. I think my fire might be a little hotter under that one, so I'm gonna give it a little rotation here. And we'll keep going. Decided to move my charcoal over to the back, throw in a couple more pieces of wood to keep that wood flavor going. Man, just look at those things. You know, this is one of the most fun cooks I've done in a long time. I'm gonna give a shout out to T-Roy Cooks. Y'all check out his channel. I was inspired by him using his Gabby Grill Santa Maria attachment on his Weber kettle. And we're just, I mean, these things are, they just smell phenomenal. I'm happy right now. So Troy, thank you. This one on the right is getting close to done. It's about 120. Yeah, it's gonna make it to 120. It's about 120. So this one's, let's see, this one is, oh, that one's not too far behind. 117 or so. We might give that a quick sear soon, and it won't be much longer. This guy's done. He's temping at 130. This guy is around 115 deep in the center, so he's got a little ways to go. We're gonna put him over the fire now and just start searing. She's released. Woo, look at that. Nice. That fat dripping off into the fire. I tell you what, I wish y'all could be here because it smells so good. It's not been on there very long, but I bet she's getting close to releasing already. Yep, let's see. Oh yeah. Woo! It does not take long with that kind of heat. Transfer this guy to the board. There we go. 128 or so. So yeah, 127 in the center. These are similarly cooked now. Reverse sear, front sear, and we'll go in for a taste test here shortly. All right, these steaks have been sitting for a few minutes, so I'm just gonna dig in. Oh my God, it's amazing. All the wood smoke flavor you get from that Santa Maria, the wall-to-wall red, the char. Love me a front sear steak, love it. All right, there's the reverse sear. Cheers again. Look, smokier flavor, wall-to-wall red. I can't tell much of a difference in the taste from the sear. They're pretty similar. Really, this one just has a little bit more of a smoke forward flavor, and the other one has a little bit of a sear forward flavor, if that makes any sense. They're both great with our, not just for beef rub. One thing I'll say about that rub, if you use it, remember there's no salt in it. So apply a little bit less than you would normally expect to, because most rubs have salt in them and you're used to applying rub with salt. This was one of the most fun cooks I've done in a long time. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try this out. If you have a Slow N Sear Kamado, you have everything that you saw me use today, so there's no reason you can't do it. And thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Remember, 2 zones are better than 1. I'm a happy man.